Okay, good morning. Is this microphone working okay? Brilliant. Okay, so a really big warm welcome to our CDT Sustainable Infrastructure Systems Conference that's been developed by the students. A big welcome to our external visitors and of course to all the students and the internal staff within Southampton University. Okay, thank you. So, just to give you a quick recap on CDTs, we have three within the faculty. The CDT in Sustainable Infrastructure Systems, as many of you will be aware, is the best. Do we agree? Brilliant. Okay. We aim to recruit between 10 to 15 people per year. We're looking for the top-notch people, and I'm sure as you meet the students, and those of you that are external meet the students today, you will realise that we have got the real cream of the crop. And the CDT is an incredibly successful model that is being used more and more around the world. So it's something that's been developed in the UK. I think there's about 130 throughout the UK in total, and they're now being replicated and used elsewhere. So the ethos of the CDT is that it's a 4-year program as opposed to the traditional 3-year program in which the first year typically is taught. So most CDTs follow this model, and it's using a mechanism by which it's not just about research, but we're generating graduates that are also really skilled and tooled up, basically. So they've got a bag of tools that they can take, that they can allow them to be more broader and diverse in their research careers afterwards. The other key thing about the CDT is that it has both technical and transferable, we probably call it generic skills, that each of the students develops, and that we have a very diverse cohorts. So there's a range of skills that the students learn as they progress through the program. We create a very supportive and exciting environment, and the students have access to a whole range of facilities and infrastructure within the university, including the new Boulderwood Engineering Campus. Yeah. Okay, the key areas of the CDT and Sustainable Infrastructure Systems is water, energy and transport, and importantly it's looking at the interlinkages between those areas as well. And we work very closely with industry on all of these projects that we're involved in. Okay. So one of the key things with the whole training program in the CDT is to develop cohort building. So we do a lot of cohort building activities, and this is based on the premise that in education the students can be trained and learn from each other, so we have this lateral transfer of information and training capability, as well as the traditional top-down where you have lecturers lecturing to students in typical modules, as all of you are experienced in. So we have a lot of cohort activities, including, they range from go-karting and going sea fishing right through to some much more technical based ones, such as the group projects that they will do during the first year of their program. Yeah. So just to highlight some of our successes, this is an example of a group project. We had 2 group projects that were run in Brazil with the Brazilian hydropower industry to mitigate the environmental impacts of hydropower operation. And this involved one was the first dam removal in South America, and the students were heavily involved in that, and another was all about developing technology to try and reduce the environmental impacts, and this won an award which we call the Odebrecht Award in Brazil for sustainable development. We also had students in a group project that went to Japan and the United Arab Emirates, looking at and investigating ways to improve autonomous transport systems in the UK. So a lot of work went into that. Again, some of our top-notch students led the way. We also have had, and we continue to develop, good links with industry. So a lot of the projects are funded. Each project has some industry sponsorship. A lot of the projects are based on long-term relationships with industry, such as Fiberlight, RSSB, Network Rail, RWE Power, Southern Water, and various other organisations and industries that are going to be joining us today. It's not just the fact that we're focusing on industry's needs, but also during the training we have industry heavily involved. So we run a sustainable infrastructure systems module where the students are trained through through help from Southern Water, for example. We go to the Peacehaven site, and also RWE Power through visits to Didcot Power Station as an example. Another really important and fundamental part of the CDT approach is the outreach and engagement. It's not enough just for our students to learn new things, to do research, to pass that research on to the industry sponsor, but also we engage with the wider public. So we're part of the Southampton Roadshow, we go to Countryfile Live as some examples, Festival, Glastonbury, a whole range of events where we have the opportunity to push our science and engineering out to the wider community, and that's what we do quite effectively. So what we have today is another part of that engagement process, another part of the skills development process, in that our newest cohort always runs and organises a great conference in the first year for the CDT's activities, and that's what we're going to be enjoying today. So it's all part of the professional skills development, and I hope you really engage and really enjoy what you hear today. Thank you.